Alrighty, good morning, 1 a.m. New York time. We're at a really cool course. I really like this one. It's got these nice bright pop fairways, some real dark rough, some interesting hole locations, and this one's called Cummings Cove. So we'll take you a par 5 to start. The flower beds are very masters, and then we got tree lines, and the holes seem really cramped together, which usually bothers me, but because the fairways are such this like pop of color almost against all the rough, and they kind of have these segmented fairways throughout, it really works with how it looks. Everything kind of looks in place like a puzzle, and I really dug the vibe of this place. Starting off on par 5 is always a good thing, unless you leave it short. So I heard some golf wisdom today I've been dying to share with you guys. I was watching, some of you have probably seen it. I was watching Frankie Borellis from Foreplay. He was doing a course management lesson from Scott Piercy. And Scott Piercy is a riot. If you haven't seen it, go see it. But I watched it, and I took away two things that I'm definitely going to use in my life as a golfer. And the first one was that if you can't hit the club in your hand 10 yards past the hole, then that's the wrong club. And it makes so much sense when you think about it, because if your club's going to max out 1 or 2 yards past the pin, unless you absolutely have to hit it below the pin. Like, there are exceptions to this rule, obviously. If there's nothing behind the pin, then you don't want that club. But most of the time, because you can hit a club 5 less, 6 less, just hitting it off the toe a little, or the heel, or not getting the spin or the wind or whatever, you want that margin of error to be as small as possible. So I really like that. And then he also said that when you aim, you should not be aiming like you're going to hit a laser beam on target. You should think about your aim as you're going to pull the trigger on a shotgun, and all the little BBs and all the little shot coming out of it will disperse pretty forward, but then they're going to kind of fall each different direction. Some are going to be straight, some are going to be shorter, longer, left, right. And really you want to aim that shotgun so that the most of the shot lands in a good place. So those two things he said really resonated with me, and I like the shotgun idea of, I'm obviously going to line up to where I'm going to pull the trigger in the direction I want to go, and then try and hit it the distance I want to go. But I got to be prepared for each individual shot out of that shotgun shell, and where it could go. And I shouldn't have half of it going in the water, if possible. I shouldn't have half of it going in a bunker, if possible. And he's like, because we're all human, you're not going to be a laser. And that's really a different train of thought. You hear a lot of coaches especially say you should have small targets. You should try and make it from 110 yards. And then when your failure is 5 feet, it's good. So I get both sides of it, but man, I've been trying to, start it at that tree and fade it off the bunker edge and stuff like that for a long time. And so I kind of like the idea of just like, let's figure out the best place to start this puppy, and then just make a good swing, and whatever happens with each individual outcome that could happen, I'm not going to be so obsessed with, oh, I missed my landing area. While I've been talking, I've been having an awful hole here, chipping 3 times in a row just to get to here. A couple tree hits and then a chunker. And then a tough little 16-yarder that I thought that was going to be short also. But a double bogey on 6. And there was another bogey earlier, maybe another double bogey. But we've had a few birdie looks right down the pipe of a couple. Oh my god. A really lazy hybrid swing there. Catching the top of the tree. And then, I don't know why I hit the hybrid again. Because it came out so low that the grass ate it up. And then, you guessed it, I hit the hybrid again. Third time's a charm. Gets a much better roll. This was sadly a par 4 though. So +3 in the last 2 holes after some really good approach shots. 162, really cool hole here. Elevated green up by itself. I remember taking a club down and thinking and saying I could get there. And I did. So yeah, 175 iron, I think. Beautiful par 5, just hitting it off of a little cliff. Trying to cut the corner here. Still going to be a ways in on this long par 5 to close out the front 9. A little split up fairway. And not really where you want to go. We're going to end up in the rough next to the cart path under a tree. 80 to go. Good angle at the hole, I guess. Kind of a hooded turn the hand over swing. And that sits up there just for a par to end the front 9. And we'll go +3 to the back. 190 yards down the hill. And that's wet. A little bit in disbelief. We'll go to the drop zone and move on with life. That looked kind of heely. I'm not too happy with that bounce. Yep. Okay, so a couple double bogeys plaguing the score and a couple darts thrown in. Let's see how the rest of this goes. 11th hole coming up. Tee flying right at us. Really cool fairway there. Kind of got to go up and over the hill and down back to the right. Seem to get that one on a good trajectory. That's not how you want to swing. Yeah, something weird going on with balance in this round. I can tell how forward my head is when I finish. It's definitely to do with like foot balance and just being way too out on the toes coming into contact instead of pushing really hard on the ground to get back middle of the feet or even heel side. I tried to do it there. I could tell, and it flipped the hand over because I put the brakes on too good. And so 120. It's a nice draw, but .212, a very strange rehearsal. Hit it square at least, but why did I do that? I'll have to write down why the heck I did that. $13 to go. A little slider could go in. No. Not getting any luck on this round, and not really swinging it good watching myself. But we'll talk about Cummings Cove a little bit now that we got some time going to 14, long par 5. I really like this course. Like, if I could be a member here, that would be amazing. Not only did the course designer pick all the colors out well and some of the features, but I just really liked how each hole has these like left to right, up to down, swooping transitions. It's not just like this hole's up, this hole's down, this hole's left, or this hole's right. It's like they really are carving through this landscape. Plus the trees, plus the greens have been pretty interesting and difficult as well. So flying over to the 15th, 238. Didn't hit that too good, but it's gonna carry the corner, set us up pretty good here. We are at +7, just not really scoring very good. I do think in retrospect this course seems kind of hard. Another one that just looks way over swung without any tempo, and it ends in a 11,000 spin, rolling back 40 yards. Yikes. That might have been my best shot of the day. A really good chip up the hill to a front pin that could have easily just rolled all the way back again. 180. Let's see. I probably took another club down and tried to muscle it, and it's not really working out. That one chunky or heeled, and it's under a tree and straight up in the air. Let's see if we can flop one. That was definitely flopped. Oh man, about a yard from being good. That's not good. And is this good? Of course it goes in. Saves bogey after a 3 chip. Alright, 17th is a par 5 going. It looks like you're hitting it a million miles to that fairway. Just like nothing in between. Hit my best drive of the day, finally. Something to write home about. With the elevation change, we get probably the longest drive on the channel, 317. Course dependent, but I don't change the elevation, so that had some pop. Trying to get there in 2, and I want it to stop. But what I think is going to happen is it's going to roll out of the this is a birdie circle now. Oh, it stayed in. Thank God. Got the birdie. And another par 5. My goodness. Back-to-back par 5s to end this course. I also like that. That's a fun way to end. Get a chance to get 2 birdies or an eagle or something. Get you coming back. Another good drive. And we'll have a chance at this one. 212. Out of bounds on the left, though, and I bailed hard at the last second and just flicked it out to the right. And now I'm on a 10-degree left hill, so I'm aiming right and long. And we'll see what we do here. It comes out really left. It actually straightened out pretty good near the hole, and then it's going to be safely on there for a par. So kind of an up and down, mostly down round, but Cummings Cove Golf and Country Club is a recommend from me. And make sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff. We should be really close to 1,000 subscribers by this video, if not past it. And make sure to like, leave a comment. Let's get to 20 likes on this one. What do we think? See ya at the next video.